Hey guys, welcome back to Almost Heaven Always Us. This is the 20th episode, so we thought it would be fun today to run down a list of 20 items called You Might Be from West Virginia If.
Yes, if you know the popular Jeff Foxworthy jokes, you might be a redneck if, well, we're just twisting it into you might be from West Virginia if, or you might be a West Virginian if.
There you go. All right, let's jump right into it.
All right,
Let's
let's
jump
do
right
it.
into the first one.
Let's do it.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Number one, and we don't know what these are. We haven't looked at them yet, so we're going to be surprised as you guys.
Yeah.
But the number one, the first one says, you measure distance in time, not miles. In other words, it's about an hour that way.
Yeah, obviously. Like, who cares if it's 30 miles? How long is it going to take me to get there? That's what I want to know.
I think this one's a no-brainer. Of course we do. I don't know if that's a West Virginia specific thing,
Yeah.
or is that just an everyday thing?
Yeah.
Like I would think it should be like that for everybody.
I don't know.
Where does it make sense to use miles instead of time? Like, for example, we went to Florida in the fall, and we went from Orlando to St. Pete.
Mm-hmm.
And when we were driving there, it was all Interstate I-4 when I looked it up on the maps. And I was like, this is going to be an easy drive. It's all interstate.
Yeah.
It took us forever. It took us like 3 hours or something. I'm so used to on our interstates, if something's 20 miles away, it's about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Or roughly. That was not our case there, and
No.
especially in Orlando when we were driving around. If we were going somewhere in Orlando and it was 5 miles away, that was 20
Yeah.
minutes. So what good would it do me to tell you, hey, we're going to travel 5 miles? It wouldn't do us any good.
No. Don't care.
The useful measure of unit of measure would be time, right?
Yeah,
I
whenever you're pulling up maps on your phone, are you looking at how many miles it takes to get to someone's house? You're looking at the time.
I have never in my life cared about miles.
No,
It's
me
like,
either.
why would I
That's why
need to stop
when
and fill up
somebody
gas?
asks me, like, how many miles is it? I don't freaking know. I know that it's 10 minutes.
I don't
Could
know.
be 3 miles. It could be, I don't know.
Yes, I don't know if it's a West Virginia thing or not, but maybe it is. Maybe it is.
Perhaps let us know.
If it is a West Virginia thing, good for us, I say. We're doing it better. There has been people, in the past that are like quoting me roads and stuff, like, U.S. route, whatever.
Don't know that either.
And I'm like, I have no idea.
Don't know. I act like I do. So
Yeah.
they're like, you're a 34-year-old woman and you don't
They're
know
like,
your roads.
Route 19, and then you're
was like,
crossing over that bridge, and then you're going up US 220, and I'm like,
US 220. I lived there my entire life. Of
yeah,
course I know.
sounds right to me. But how many minutes is it from here? I value time a lot. I think you do too. We're busy. We have 4 kids. We live in busy lives. Time's more valuable than miles. We'll fill up gas if we have to,
Yeah.
but time you can't get back. All right, number 2. Family reunions are larger than your graduating class.
Now, ours weren't that large. I mean, obviously, I feel like there's like nothing today. Like, when's the last time you went to a family reunion?
Yeah, it's been a while.
I haven't had one personally in a long time, but they were big when I was little. Remember, they were big
Yeah.
get-togethers.
So you think in general family reunions are kind of dying down, maybe?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Kind of
Those
a
the
time.
matriarchs who would put those have long passed, those ladies
You think?
who would hold these things together. It was the older women bringing the food, and then us young kids would just show up. And then at some point, the kids, like, who maybe I would kind of be in charge at that point in my life. Well, I never brought food, and I'm never going to bring food, so therefore the family reunions will die out because everyone my age, nobody wants to do that.
So are you saying that the younger, I don't know if this is sexist or not, but the younger ladies you're saying need to step up?
Yeah.
I guess, guys can cook too. It's
Guys
2025.
can.
So somebody needs to step
Let's
up.
say
please.
younger
Somebody
people
needs
need
to
to
step
do
up
it.
and start bringing food, bringing these reunions back.
Yeah.
I think another thing, and this is just me off the top of my head, I wonder if like Facebook and social media changed some of that. Because
Yeah, it did.
in the past, you weren't really knowing what's going on in somebody's life unless you went to a family reunion. You
You
don't
had
know
to
what your
see
cousins are
them.
doing. Nowadays, you can hop on Facebook. You may not get the full story, the true story, but you're seeing some version of it
Yeah.
on Facebook and social media.
Yeah.
So you kind of know what's going on a little
Yeah,
bit.
you're
you
like, I see pictures of their kids 24/7 on Facebook. I don't need to actually go see those kids.
Wasn't there a time recently where someone overheard someone said, "Well, I'll see you guys on Facebook." That's funny. I like that.
Yeah.
I'll see you guys on Facebook.
That was really funny. I laughed out loud when I heard that.
That was good.
Yeah.
And that was, a lot of times where people get together now.
That was
It's-
actually at a big get together.
Yeah. But I was going to say a lot of times where people get together now is funerals.
Yes.
They almost double as family reunions. It's sad, but it's true. A lot of times when people get together now, it's at funerals. I will say, for this one, family reunions are larger in your graduating class. For me, in particular, there was one.
Mm-hmm.
Growing
Yeah.
up, I lived right on basically on the county line, Grant
Mm-hmm.
County, Pendleton County. And right there on the county line, just in the Pendleton County side, just barely, the Alton Kimble reunion. And
Mm-hmm.
people probably know that one, especially Grant and Pendleton County area.
Mm-hmm.
People know that reunion. That
Yeah.
was a big one. That was a really big deal a long time ago when I was a little kid. They had politicians flying in on a helicopter, like the governor at the time. I couldn't tell you who, but whoever the governor was, I believe it was the governor,
Mm-hmm.
flew in on a helicopter. I remember the
Yeah.
helicopter coming down.
It's pretty wild.
It used to be a big stop for politicians. They would
Mm-hmm.
come and try to earn votes because there was so many people there. It was
Yeah.
almost like a fair or a festival. Like, there was so many people.
Yeah, like a small
The
festival.
politicians were like, here's a chance to go
Mhm.
get votes. I'm going to go to it. They weren't even related, you know. They were coming from Charleston.
Yeah, a lot of people were there who weren't related.
They were selling
because they were
ice
just
cream.
like, oh, this is a fun thing to do.
Oh yeah, they were selling ice cream and stuff. I mean, where do you go to a reunion where people are selling food to you? Because like you said, it's usually brought,
Mm-hmm.
and they did that too. But then there's an ice cream stand where you can buy ice cream, like good
Yeah.
ice cream, like Hershey's dipped ice cream. And then, at least the way I remember it, was certain segments of families kind of had their own.
Mhm.
Like one family was over here in the field, then another family, then they go up the hill. There'd be another family, another family, another. So there's like clusters of multiple families. So
Yeah.
it's almost like multiple family reunions happening all at once. So you would do your individual family,
Yeah.
and then you could go see everybody like at a festival. So it's kind of, yeah, you know, I guess it all started, if you went far enough back, probably did go down to a single set of parents
Mm-hmm.
who probably had a dozen kids, because back then everybody had
Yeah.
a dozen kids, and that was probably like their 12 kids worth of families once they became grandparents
Mm-hmm.
or whatever. We haven't been in years. I don't know what it's like. But
I don't even know. We probably haven't been there since we've been married, and I think I only went once.
It's been a while. Yeah, been
which
a while.
probably meant that was the last time that you went. If I didn't get back with you anymore.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Yeah.
But you're right. I used to bring everybody, even my cousins on the other side of the family that weren't related.
Mhm.
They'd come too, because why not? It was an event. It was a happening time in Pendleton County.
Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah, my graduating class was, I think, 111, 110,
I don't
111
know
people.
how many people.
It's a decently large class. We
Probably
were a
similar.
bigger class than all the ones right before us and after us. We were kind of a large group.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what it's like these days in modern times, but that's what it was then.
I don't know.
Like 111 was a big class.
I don't pay attention to
Yeah.
that stuff.
We were bigger than your class because you were right after me.
Yeah.
We were so big that they didn't have enough classes. That's when they started bringing in all those modulars, like
Trailers.
like throw in this trailer for this class, and then we can ship them out when we're done. The trailers.
We need to make that a whole
That can
podcast.
be a whole thing on the trailers.
Yeah,
I'm getting off topic, but it's all right.
that's a good one. Those are good stories.
You know what a pepperoni roll is, and you're loyal to a specific bakery.
I'm not loyal to a specific bakery because I haven't found one that I like good enough, and that is
Yeah,
that's the
I get what you're
truth.
saying. You like pepperoni rolls, obviously, and I do too. But you're saying
Yeah.
you haven't found the one. You haven't found the one like this. This is my pepperoni roll,
Yeah.
and I'm not eating anything else.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I haven't either. And you know, people probably going to be like, "What's wrong with you guys?" I love pepperoni rolls,
Mm-hmm.
and you do too. So we're not dissing pepperoni rolls.
Yeah.
We love pepperoni rolls. We haven't found the pepperoni roll, the bakery yet, that we would pledge our heart to.
Yeah.
That's all.
Leave us some comments because
I'm sure there's one out there that we'll find.
yeah, I hope. I really
What was
hope.
you
You
gonna say?
tried. Well, what's the kind that you got today when we were at
I don't
Sheets?
even
They were
remember.
made in Fairmont, I think, a bakery in Fairmont.
Yeah.
Don't remember. We'll place the image of it here.
We'll try it and we'll see if it's good. But
Mm-hmm.
what was you going to say? Leave a comment?
Oh yeah, leave a comment if you know of any local bakeries around Morgantown, Fairmont area that have good pepperoni rolls. That's not all bread. That's the problem.
Mm.
I don't
I think
care
that's
about the
key.
bread.
Key to a good pepperoni roll is a
Yeah.
lot of pepperoni.
Yeah, and some cheese in it.
And pepperoni and cheese. I want some bread to, what's the word, encapsulate?
Yeah.
But inside I want a lot of
I don't
pepperoni.
want overwhelming bread and like 3 pieces of pepperoni.
I do. I want to be overwhelmed by the pepperoni.
Yeah.
I want to bite into that.
I want
and
to be
like,
overwhelmed by the cheese.
Man, that's a lot of pepperoni and cheese.
Mhm.
Cheese is key.
Mm-hmm.
That's key. Right. All right. Number 4. By the way, we got a total of 20 here today because it's the 20th episode. Did you think, this is a bonus question. No. Did you think that we would make it to 20 episodes?
No,
I
I
didn't
thought that
either.
we would be too tired, too busy, not worth it.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
are
here
too
we are.
tired and way too busy, but we still do it because it is worth it.
You were saying that, and I'm like, wait a second. All of these things are true. We're definitely too tired. We're definitely too busy.
We just do it.
But
I don't
it's
even
fun.
know what time it is right now. We've been fighting kids to go to bed.
It's after 10 o'clock on a Sunday.
Is it really? It's after 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
My gosh. I still have to pack lunches, lay out clothes.
I have things to do too, but I can't say it on camera. It's not bad. It's just that sounded bad, didn't it?
Yeah,
it sounded
bad.
bad.
Really bad.
But it's private. Anyway, I'm shocked that we made it to 20.
Yeah.
I thought you'd have killed me by now, but you put up with me.
I like doing this with you.
This is fun.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoy it.
Yeah.
And I've been surprised that when people come up to us and say that they listen to it.
I know.
There's been a lot of people that shock me. I'm like, oh, really?
Yeah.
Like, I would have never guessed that you would have listened to it.
Yeah.
And I like that. It's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's cool.
Yeah.
You know at least one person who claims to have seen Moth Man. I definitely know someone who claims to see Moth Man.
Who?
In fact, I'm looking right at her. You claim you see Moth Man. Like, for real. It's not a joke. She's not like, yeah, I seen Moth Man. She swears she's seen
and
Moth
this was
Man.
a long time ago, before we were even into
Mm-hmm.
Mothman. It's very strange. And we were going onto our road. And so, like, our road, there were trees on both sides of the road, but like they were very wide apart, like a big road. So we're turning left onto our road, and the trees are here, wide, far apart. And I saw something humongous and black. It wasn't a vulture or anything like that. I'm not stupid. Or maybe you think I am stupid because you think I saw Mothman. But I saw a humongous black thing going from one side of the tree to the other side, like right in front of my car as I was pulling.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh.
Well off of his beaten path in Point Pleasant.
Hey, a lot of people see him in Boston.
Morgantown.
A lot of people see him like
Chicago,
in New
they're saying
Jersey
now.
sometimes.
Chicago, I think he's big.
Yeah, so who's
He's all
to
over
say?
the place. But
Take it or leave it.
do you know anyone else who's claiming to see Mothman?
No, I'm special.
I don't know that I have either, but I can say I know
We
one
have a
person.
bond, and that's why he was my guy in the battle
That's right.
that I lost, apparently.
The last episode when we did the cryptid draft, and you got the first pick, lucky you, with the coin flip, and you picked Mothman first, obviously. But you weren't able to sustain the good picks down the road. No, you might have missed it.
Yeah, if you haven't watched that one, go back and watch it. It's really funny.
Go back and watch it. It's pretty cool. If you're into cryptids and things like that. If you're not,
watch it anyway.
it may not be the episode for you, but it's fun. We had fun. We laughed and had a good time.
Toward the end, we're both like kind of like hysterical. It's late. We're getting really aggressive over our battling and our picks.
Yeah.
It gets really funny.
It's funny. I think it's funny.
Yeah.
I think it's a good episode. Recommend it.
It is.
All right. You floated on a river in a tube with a cooler tied behind you.
Many times, but not with a cooler because I was like a child or a teenager, and I wasn't like.
You weren't partaking in alcohol.
I don't need anything that needs to be in a cooler close by.
I don't think we had a cooler either, as far as I remember. We definitely did some tubing down the river. I don't recall a cooler.
Yeah.
So.
I think my brother and sister-in-law do that.
We get a half yes. I have a good story though, a couple good stories actually on the river. One of them was when I was floating down the river the one time. I saw the snake coming across the river. He was going across the river. I'm going down the river.
Yeah.
And this is us. We're moving at about the same speed where we're going to line up perfectly. And I didn't know anything about snakes. Nowadays, I probably would recognize what it was.
A water moccasin.
But back then, no. This is controversial because people will argue with me. But I've said it before and I'll say it again. There's no cottonmouth in West Virginia. People will say there are, but there's not. And if you say there are, that's fine. But go ahead and send me a picture of it. That's it. Send me a picture of it.
Something about Corey is he likes to learn about snakes, and he's defensive over the cold cottonmouth thing, and alligators.
Yeah.
I like crocodiles.
So that's the whole thing we could battle because you're a crocodile and I'm an alligator.
I like caiman crocodiles.
I think crocodiles are lame.
Okay.
But alligators, that's where it's at.
Yeah,
Alligators,
swamp puppy.
Alligators, rattlesnakes, and copperheads. It's my go-tos. Everything else, don't care if they fell off the face of the earth. I'm kidding. What about that one? What's it called? Like gurgle?
All that dumb looking.
thing that's so goofy looking.
Yeah,
I can't remember what
with
he's
the little
called.
thingy on top of its
Yeah.
nose. We'll insert the picture here. It is so dumb looking.
It's so dumb.
I don't even know how
We're
it eats
way
anything.
off topic.
Okay.
So anyway, I never got to finish the story. So this was probably just a water snake, I think. Just a regular old water snake. But here we are, we're going. And I look at him, and he looks at me.
You.
And I look at him, and he looks at me.
You.
And his eyes got big, and my eyes got bigger. He said, "Oh no." And I said, "Uh-oh." And there's nothing you can do. You can't hit brakes when you're floating down a river. There's no hitting the brakes. I guess I could have, jumped out and kind of tried to push myself. But it happened so fast that I'm like, if I jump out, like, we're just going to get tangled up together. So it's like my best bet is to just kind of go. So what I think happened, because I didn't see him after we about contacted, I think he probably dive down under me.
Probably.
But I never seen him pop back up either. Like I lost him at that point. So he probably just went under and stayed under. He didn't bite me, and he didn't get on my tube. So I guess a little anticlimactic story, but
yeah.
I think the shock in his and my face when we stared at each other. That's the story.
Okay.
But then there's the other time where I almost drowned, but got like it's like a whirlpool in a tree, like a tree fell in.
That has been since removed from almost taking a life of a
And I
child.
remember fighting that thing like crazy, trying to get out of that current. And when I got out, I was exhausted, but I thought it was going to get me, honestly. And I think it could have.
Yeah,
if things were slightly different, I think it could have.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Your definition of a city includes a Sheetz and a Walmart. They're saying in West Virginia, if you have a Sheetz and a Walmart, you are a city.
Yeah.
Not a town.
Yes.
You have been promoted from town level to city level.
Yes, it's like Petersburg and Moorefield.
Yes.
Petersburg has that small, whenever they did that renovation, I was like, oh my gosh, Petersburg Sheetz is stepping up. Like they're going to be like the Sheetz out here. What'd they do? They put new brick on the outside?
No.
They turned the bathrooms into unisex
I thought we were
bathrooms.
going to have good bathrooms.
They went from a female and male bathroom to now they're just unisex bathrooms.
And you know what happens when you have a unisex bathroom?
They're all men's and they're all
men, they got pee
gross.
everywhere.
So you took that from the women, a little cleanliness.
Yeah.
And you put new brick on that.
I thought they were going to have nice, fancy bathrooms like all the new ones.
Nothing.
And they really missed it.
I
know they were kind of space limited. I guess that's the problem. But
what's with all the extra parking in the back? They could have spaced it out a little bit more.
I think so.
Why we got a million parking spaces? We want good bathrooms.
Anyway, the other day we were at Petersburg Sheetz and we saw somebody there, and I don't know if he was a YouTuber.
Oh yes.
Or what? But he was on a journey. Where was he going? New York?
I was in Sheetz and I was getting stuff, and I overheard him talking to the workers about how he could get somewhere. And they said, do you not have a phone on you? And he was like, yeah, I have my phone, but I'm not using a map. And then they were just like, what? And he said that he bought a vehicle in New York. So I don't know if he went and traded in a vehicle, but he got a vehicle in New York, and he was going from Georgia to New York to get the vehicle and then back to Georgia without using any maps. And so he was talking to these ladies, and they were like, well, can we tell you how to do this? And he was like, you can kind of give me the general idea, but I don't want you to tell me anything else. I don't want you to give me a map. I don't want to look at my phone.
Roads. They couldn't say.
They couldn't say roads. They were like, go this way, this way, this way, right,
you can
left,
go
blah,
down
blah, blah.
by the old school bus and turn right, something like that.
Like that, all the way to Georgia. And so he was talking to some guy outside of Sheetz, and I heard the guy say, well, can I at least tell you how to get to the stoplight? He's like, nope. He's like, I don't want to know where a stop sign is. I don't want to know. And he looked really nice and put together. He wasn't some hobo wandering. No, he had on really nice clothes.
Yeah.
He looked like he could be a YouTuber or something, or have
something.
or doing it for social media.
I think he was doing it for social media, because why else
it was very
would you do a personal
interesting.
challenge like that? And that probably took a lot of time.
Yes.
And he knows he's going to get lost at times and take the long route, because he's just going off general senses.
And I wish we would have talked to him. I felt like saving him from that guy that he was talking to, because I could tell he was talking about. But he asked that guy what he liked or appreciated about this area, and the guy was like, I know these mountains so intimately. And
that's what makes me think he was like a YouTuber, because he was asking questions like that. What do you guys love about your
But then
state?
after a while, I could tell he was like, "Oh my God, just shut up! I need to get to Georgia, and it's going to take me 10 times longer because I'm not using any type of map."
I wish we could find him.
I
Somebody knows who he
know.
is.
We
let him
went
know.
back, we left, and we went back to see if we could talk to him a little bit, but he was already gone. I didn't even see what kind of car he had.
No. Well, you know what's funny? The next question says, you've given directions using landmarks that no longer exist. So along those lines. So what's better than turning left at the old school bus is turning left where that old school bus used to be. Do you ever heard that?
Yeah, or you call a building what it used to be called.
Oh, 100%. That's always going to be like that, you know. There's the IGA in Franklin's always the IGA. I don't know what it's called.
I don't even know what it's called now.
The restaurant there that's shut down right now is Thompson's. Always going to be Thompson's.
Like I think, well, they called the Foreman building, like community building, like all the old Foreman schoolhouse.
Yeah.
But I think it's just
in
community
Petersburg,
building.
the old post office.
Yeah, the old post
always the old
office,
post office.
the old bank, and the
old
new
bank.
one is right beside of it.
Right.
You can't even call it like
The old courthouse.
where the policemen work, whatever
Right.
it's called. I don't freaking know. They work in the old bank. Okay,
you know what's funny? It's probably started from people who knew it for so many years, and they just said they just got used to it. But now the new generation come in, and they're so used to that they're carrying that tradition. They're like, yeah, the old bank, even though it may not have even been a bank in their lifetime. That might have been before they were even born.
Or like
but
Ben
it's still the old
Franklin.
bank. Ben Franklin, that's been shut down since
My gosh.
the 90s, I think.
Yeah, I have like really old books that have the Ben Franklin's tag on it, but it must have been shut down when we were like babies.
Yeah.
Toddlers, probably.
It's crazy. You instinctively wave at every car that passes, especially on back roads.
I see that happening more in like the Petersburg area.
Small towns.
Small towns.
Yeah.
People out here, they're not waving at you, they're flipping you off.
Well, I think it depends. I think one of the golden rules is if you're on a road where you kind of have to scooch over a little bit, when that happens, I feel like people wave. You know, it's like it's not quite wide enough for both of you to just at your normal drive. So you're kind of maximizing your edge to let somebody go. When that happens, I feel like people always wave. So that's why I think it says back roads. It's a back road thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That, or if you're in a small town, and when you're in a small town, you just wave at people.
You probably know who it is.
I don't, and I'll still wave at them. If they wave at me first. I don't think I usually initiate it, but I definitely wave back. And I like it.
You do?
I like it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I like it. It's fun.
That's good.
Did you notice my hat today?
Oh, yeah, I do really like your hat.
This is the first time that I've not worn a West Virginia hat since we've done the show.
Yeah, because it's
on
special.
episode 20.
Special occasion.
And it's the Cinco de Mayo hat. Still Brandon Bill's.
Yeah.
I love.
Brandon Bill's. That's the hats that he always wears are Brandon Bill's.
Brandon Bill's.
But it looks really good with that shirt.
Thanks.
That's what I've been
But
looking
this is in honor of Cinco de Mayo. Yeah.
Day of the Dead, right?
I don't know. I don't know what Cinco de Mayo is, but I'm wearing this hat in honor of it. Okay.
all of those things.
Yeah.
That's what it's in honor of.
I know West Virginia stuff. I don't know anything else. All right. You think sweet tea is a basic human right?
I don't know. What you think's in this cup, boy?
I got a controversial take that people will drive me out of the state for.
Let's hear it.
I think sweet tea sucks. Always have. I've never liked sweet tea. You know this. I hate it, actually. And I even tried to raise my kids properly and teach them that it was disgusting. I'm like, don't drink that. It's gross. All 4 of them love it. I'm the oddball out. I don't know anyone else really that doesn't love tea. So
yeah, because you're freaking weird.
I agree that it's a West Virginia thing.
I don't think your sister likes it.
But it's not a me thing.
Your mom likes it. Tim likes it.
Yeah. So many times I've accidentally taken a swig of yours thinking it was mine if we were out or in the car or whatever, and I grabbed the wrong cup. And I'm like, oh, so great. I don't know how you guys drink it.
That's good.
Dirty water, I call it.
Give this video a thumbs up if you like tea. Sweet tea.
Yeah.
And comment what kind, because there's a lot. You have Pure Leaf, you have Gold Peak, you have Milo's, which is what this is.
What's your dad drink?
Milo's.
Yeah.
And I got this to do a parody video of my dad.
He's a diehard Milo's, isn't he? Listen, I'm sorry, okay? It's not for me. But you guys can drink all the sweet tea you want. Go for it. You've been late to something because of a deer or 5
in
the road. This made you late?
Yeah, because when you hit them,
Yeah, if you hit them, you're definitely late.
You're gonna be late for something.
Yeah, I've hit a few deer, but it's never been anything really major.
Mm-hmm.
But I did hit a cow once. I was definitely late because of that. It's when we were still dating in high school, and I dropped you off, was going home, come around the turn in the dark. There's a cow in the middle of the road. There's no way you're avoiding that. You just,
Yeah.
poor Bessie got it. She got it. She got it good.
Did she just like walk away
Yeah,
after you hit her?
she seemed to be fine. As far as I know, she had a full recovery.
And you had your Buick, your little Buick Skylark, right?
Yeah.
So.
But it scared me to death because, I mean, a cow, like a deer is one thing. Did you ever expect to see a big black cow in the dark in the middle of the road? I didn't even know what it was at first. I'm like, is it a bear or a deer? What is this thing? Big black blob. And whenever I hit it, she knocked my passenger mirror through the passenger window. Like it shot like a rocket. So I hear this glass shatter. I was like, and I'm like, what's happening? Did the windshield break? I didn't even know what happened. I had to sit there and think about what all happened. Like, I just hit a cow. Is the cow alive? How did my glass break? It's a whole thing.
Was that at the Benson Havers?
Yeah.
Okay, this is another thing. This is another thing about Petersburg. Benson Havers is it's a mark. It's like a mile marker, their house.
Yeah.
You're always there when someone calls you and they
Always.
say, "Where are you at?" You say, "Oh, I'm going by the Benson Havers house."
I don't
And
know.
they wouldn't care to like say this because their house is literally a landmark. It's like saying, "Oh, I'm going by Walmart."
I don't know how people know, but that is when we get the call. Where are you at?
I'm just going by the Benson Havers.
Yeah, and it's true.
Yeah.
It's like that's
literally every single time.
I think they have a tracker on us, our family, and they see it and they're like,
oh,
let's
confirm
it.
Really
let's confirm that the tracker's correct.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's got to be something like that. You
what
refer.
Number are we on?
I don't know. I didn't have them numbered. I just have them listed. You want me to count them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Oh, okay.
Halfway through. It says you refer to any soft drink as pop.
Yeah, always.
Dun, dun, dun.
Because that's what it is.
What would a soft drink be if it's not pop?
What's a soft drink? Like
perhaps
tea?
Soda?
Oh. No, not soda. That's gross.
So we did a whole episode on this. We themed a whole episode on this called, what was it called? Something about, is it soda or pop? I think is what we called it.
Yeah.
You can go back and find that episode. I don't know what number it is.
And what did the majority of people
like
that
12
we
or something.
know say it was? Pop.
We got a lot of pops, but okay, here's the thing. I was kind of playing devil's advocate.
Sure.
In me playing that role, I had to defend soda because I call it soda. Okay, I do. And I knew that I was going to be on the minority side of that. I knew I was going to get a lot of people saying, no, it's pop, you're wrong.
Yeah,
and I was okay with that.
Wrong.
But let me say this. I was surprised by the number of people who backed me up and said, yeah, you're right, it's actually soda. I was surprised by that. We got the usual suspects saying pop. We expected that. I was surprised by the amount of people who said soda.
Right.
I couldn't believe it. It was more than I expected. Way more than I expected. But in general, I think pop definitely wins in West Virginia. It's a pop state.
It is. 100%.
It's a Mountain Dew state. Gotta like that Mountain Dew.
Mouth.
Like that. I prefer Diet Coke, but our podcast fridge down here is full of Diet Coke
and regular Coke
and Prime. You love that Prime, but I don't think it's called pop, is it?
No,
it's its own.
Like I don't even think it's not even an energy drink.
What would you call it? It's like a Gatorade
hydration.
Almost. Yeah.
This generation is obsessed with hydration.
Yeah.
Like the past 3 years.
Yeah. You've heard Almost Heaven at least once at a wedding, funeral, or Friday night ball game.
Yeah, my best friend had it at her house, at her wedding.
Yes, she did last year. That's almost too easy. Too much of an easy one. I mean, of course you're gonna hear it. Have you ever heard it at a funeral?
No.
I haven't either. But I'm willing to bet if we were putting wagers down, I'm willing to bet people have definitely had it played at their funeral.
I'll play it at yours.
Yeah, I would be all right with that.
Okay,
it's a good song. I would 100% be okay with that. Yeah, ball game, a WVU game. You definitely heard it. A WVU
if you win.
We sing along.
If you lose, they're like, don't, or you didn't earn that.
Right. You have to earn it.
Yeah.
You have to earn it. Definitely weddings. Yeah. Any kind of party. You've got one relative named Bub or Sissy?
I'm Sissy in my family.
You are that relative. You're Sissy.
I am that relative. I'm Sissy. And then you have an aunt Sis.
Yeah. So yeah. I don't know any Bubs.
I know your grandma Rexford called her husband that, your granddad.
I felt like our one
But
daughter,
that wasn't like his nickname.
our daughter was trying to get our son kind of with Bub, right? You remember?
Something like that. It didn't last
It didn't
because I
stick.
said I don't like that.
But then she referred to herself as Sissy.
And that didn't stick.
It didn't for a while. It was. He called her Sissy for a couple months.
I guess
Kind of,
did
and it
that.
kind of died down.
We never did like a sissy thing.
They did for a little bit, but then it kind of died out because we didn't really
Yeah.
go with it.
But all my siblings call me, Jacob calls me Sissy, and Levi and Sadie call me Sis. Dad calls me Sissy.
Yeah.
My mom calls me Sissy.
Yeah. No Bubs, though.
No.
Bring back Bub.
I don't like it.
You've seen a couch be burned in celebration or defeat after a West Virginia University game.
I don't know if it was in defeat or celebration, but it was like when we first were out here.
Yeah, I don't know if it's died down.
Like 15 years ago.
Or
probably.
we're just further removed.
I think it's died down.
But
at first we were further removed.
We were more involved in the WVU game scene.
The first couple of years.
When we moved to Morgantown, because I was in college at WVU. Now we're a little bit more removed because we're quote unquote old.
Yeah, we don't have time for all that downtown.
We're old people now.
Downtown tomfoolery.
Right. So I don't know. But I feel like it's died down, but like I say, it could just be because we're further removed. But yeah, we've definitely seen it. Definitely seen it.
Yeah.
Where they used to say where couches are burned and degrees are earned.
Is that what it is? Degrees are earned and couches are burned? Yeah.
Something like that.
Degrees are barely earned.
All right. You planned your weekend around a local fair, festival, or demolition derby?
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
That's an easy one. Easy one, of course.
Yeah.
Who has one?
And no matter where you live, I feel like you kind of have to look at that kind of stuff.
I mean, if you're somebody who wants to do things like that, maybe if you're totally removed from community and fun.
Yeah. Something that my mom has told me. My mom works at the nursing home in Franklin in Pendleton County, and this has been recent. Probably, I don't even think she's been there for a year, maybe just a year, but she's done one cycle through Treasure Mountain Festival time. And she said people make such a big deal about it. They're crazy around there that they have made that like a holiday, and you get holiday pay if you work it.
That makes sense.
So last year she was like, I don't care about this because she's not from there.
Yeah.
I don't even know if she's ever actually gone to it, but she's not from there. She commutes to that area.
Yeah.
So she had no idea, and she's like, well, I'll take the holiday
She lives in
pay
Hardy County.
Yeah, she lives in Hardy County.
She drives from Hardy County to Pendleton County. So she takes the holiday pay. That's a no-brainer for her.
Yeah.
I get though why Treasure Mountain Festival is a holiday. Yeah. As someone who grew up going to Treasure Mountain Festival every year, I get it.
Yeah, so it's a really big deal to everybody.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
Just thought that was really interesting.
That is interesting. You learn to drive on a road with more curves than straightaways.
Yes.
Straightaways. Yeah. Definitely.
In our area, in the Grand County area.
Yeah.
Like out of the town. Not a city because it doesn't have a Walmart.
That's right. Well, when we did driver's ed, you can't go somewhere with an interstate. And I think our driver's ed teacher made it a kind of a point to take us on a lot of country roads on purpose to get a feel of it. So I feel like we hit about every road in Grant County when we had driver's ed.
Yeah.
I don't think we went up Mount Storm, but everything else.
I don't think we went that far either.
Yeah, but I think we definitely went into Pendleton County on the Seneca side. I think we were close to Seneca Rocks one day.
Oh my gosh.
It probably was pushing it. I think when we
That's
got
really
back
far.
to class, I might have been late for my next class.
That's really far.
Yeah, that was quite a haul. I think I was speeding a little bit to get us back in time. And the instructor's like, you can't speed. And I'm like, I don't want to miss my next class. We don't have time to go look at Seneca Rocks in the middle of the day while we're supposed to be in school.
He didn't want to go back.
But you know what? Looking back, he was right. I should have just rolled with it. He would have given me an excuse.
He would have.
Should have just enjoyed myself. Live and learn, right?
Yeah.
Live and learn. Your Christmas tree has more camo or hunting-themed ornaments than glitter. Not ours.
Not
but
ours.
You know some people.
I do know some people. My family home Christmas tree from when I was a child growing up, the lights were shotgun shells, and you know what it looked like. It sounds white trash, but I don't think it was really white trash.
It sounds white trash, and it is white trash.
Oh my gosh. I don't understand. I don't understand why my mom or why some women let their husbands decorate the house. Because
Yeah.
wouldn't you say that's what my mom did with
Yeah.
our childhood home?
Mm-hmm. I said it sounds white trash because it is white trash, but I didn't say there's anything wrong with being white trash.
Oh,
Sometimes being
okay.
white trash is all right.
Okay.
People can do what they want.
We weren't white trash, but that is one thing that I'm like, oh, guys, again.
Well, your dad had full decoration of that room.
Yeah.
He had all of his animals on the wall, guns all over the place.
Yeah.
And it made sense.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of really made sense, really.
Yeah.
Fit the room.
Yeah, it did.
Did you have another tree, or was that the tree?
That
the
was
only tree?
the only tree, I'm pretty sure.
Didn't have one in the other living room?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My dad built on this humongous great room I feel like for him, my mom, and my little sister to hang out in. When me and my two brothers were like, stay in the little living room and leave us alone, you know?
Yeah. I didn't know if you guys had your own tree over there or not.
No, we were treeless.
Sad.
Just lay there playing Dance
So
Dance
you've made
Revolution
up
and
for
Guitar
it.
Hero.
You made up for it now as an adult.
Yeah.
Now you have how many Christmas trees usually at Christmas?
What, 7?
7?
7?
Pretty much every room in the house has a
Every
Christmas
bedroom. We have 5 bedrooms.
tree. Yeah.
And then 2 living rooms.
2 living rooms.
Yeah.
7.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm
And I
surprised.
think that's not too much.
I don't know if it's enough. We may need one in the dining room next time.
A really tall, skinny one I would like.
Yeah. Yeah. We could be like those really fun people that decorate their cars. It's like a reindeer. How do you feel about that?
Take it down once Christmas is over.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, oh, yeah, I agree with that.
Because you still see them, like even now. It's like, do you not know you have a huge wreath on your freaking front of your
You know what I
car?
like about our street? There's been years where I've taken a video just to be funny of our street, and there's Christmas lights still on in February. I don't mean up, I mean on.
Yeah.
I'm talking February at night, and the Christmas lights are still lit.
Yeah.
They're still turning them on at night. I don't hate it.
Yeah, like
I
they
don't
have
hate
to
it.
actively do it.
Yeah,
Like
that's
they're
what I mean.
actively
They're
turning
turning them on still in February.
Yeah. They're
And
just
then
not
about
ready.
mid-February,
They're
that's
not
when
ready.
we're like, all
Just let
right,
it die.
it's time. And then they take them down. Nobody, I shouldn't say nobody. As far as I know, nobody leaves their Christmas lights year round. If they do, they're not lighting them up, so I don't notice them. But I think they're taking them down.
Yeah, I think
But
so.
I think it's mid-February when they're taking them down. So it's made me lazier. So this year, I think we were probably mid-January before I took ours down.
Probably.
Because I was like, everybody else is still up. And I was lazy.
We had like 2 strands on
And
our
it was
front porch.
pathetic.
All we had to do was like unravel it a couple of times and that was it.
Yeah.
But it's been so cold.
It was so cold. That was when we started first doing our first episodes, and it was like Snowmageddon. Remember that? And the
Yeah.
kids were out of school for
Oh my
like
gosh, that
3
was a
weeks or
nightmare.
something.
How many times did you hear us say the kids are still not in school?
We were like, are they ever going to go back to school? Like Christmas break
it was
never
a
would end.
nightmare.
The snow would never stop.
That's
Your
true.
poor brother, he was
Wow.
out there doing snow plowing, and
Oh
he
my
was working 23 hours a day, taking an
Yeah.
hour nap in the truck. And he's like, we're still going to have snow in
He was
June at
really
this
going
rate.
through it. Yeah.
Yeah. It was bad. Let's never forget that.
Never forget.
Remember the winter of January 25. All right. Your school field trip was to a coal mine, glass factory, or a covered bridge.
Glass factory.
You went to a glass
And
factory?
yeah, I can't remember what it was. I don't think we went on a field trip to a covered bridge.
No, we went. This isn't exactly one of these, but it fits the theme.
Mm-hmm.
To the power plant. We went to the power plant in Mount Storm. My sixth grade class. And I thought it was cool.
Yeah,
like
that
they
is
showed
cool.
us a little bit of what the
Yeah.
work was like. Got to tour some of the areas a little bit. And then we had like a picnic on the lake,
Yeah.
Mount Storm Lake. It was pretty nice.
Mm-hmm.
But it fits that theme. It's like you're going to see the big thing in your town, like your work thing.
Mm-hmm.
Not really a kid zone, but kind of give you an idea of what.
This is your future, kids.
Your idea of a big city is Charleston, Huntington, or maybe Morgantown.
Oh, a lot of people think Morgantown is a big city.
Whenever I was a kid, I definitely did.
Mm-hmm.
My sister's 8 years older than me. She went to WVU first, and so that would have put me at what, like 12?
Mm-hmm.
No, 10.
Younger, yeah.
10 whenever she first came out to Morgantown. I was obviously living in Petersburg, and to me, I thought Morgantown was like New York City.
Yeah.
I was like, this place is huge. It's amazing. I love it so much.
Yeah.
And that was so many years ago. Morgantown wasn't even as big and have as much as it does now.
I know, it's wild.
There was no University of Town Center.
Mm-hmm. Or
There was
Suncrest
one
Town Center.
Walmart, and it wasn't even these Walmarts. It was at the old mall, I think.
Yeah.
And the old mall, it was a lot smaller, but still, even then, when we would come out here, I was like, man, this is it. We would hit that Exxon. We've talked about this before.
Yeah.
Exit 7 Exxon
With the Taco Bell.
with a Taco Bell in it. And when we would always stop, no matter who I was coming, we'd always stop at that gas station, get some gas or whatever at the gas station.
Yeah.
And that was like the St. Louis Arch. It's supposed to be like the gateway to the Midwest.
Yeah.
That Exxon was the gateway to Morgantown. I said, we made it to the big city. This Exxon is our marker. And that's when we would get nervous. So we
You're
mapped.
like, oh, now we actually got to
We mapped out our drive. You know, we got off the interstate. But then we're like, okay, now we're driving in New York City, basically. It's going to be hard to move around this big city. So what do? We better stop at Exxon and call for some reinforcements. So we'd have my sister come meet us and drive us through town, give us the presidential drive.
Oh, my gosh.
Or when we were feeling really frisky, we would be like, I think we can do it by ourselves. But we wouldn't take the main road. We'd go West Run Road.
Oh, my gosh.
To bypass the city. Bypass the big city, you know.
That's like the worst road.
Traffic. Oh, it's terrible. Terrible then, terrible now.
Yeah.
And they kept building stuff on it, apartments and everything. But anyway, we just went to Huntington and Charleston both as well.
I wasn't
in West Virginia,
by either
there's
one
cities.
Of them. Yeah.
Oh, no. No, I'm not intimidated either, nor Morgantown, obviously.
Like whenever we drove through Huntington, like we went all the way down to the river.
Yeah.
Like by the Ohio River. And I'm just like, this doesn't seem like as big as I once thought that it was.
Oh, yeah.
And even about Charleston, I was like, this is a really easy drive. I feel like Morgantown roads are more complicated than that.
I think that Charleston had a bigger population and when it decreased in population, but there's still a lot of infrastructure, like the roads and everything, was from when the city was more populated.
Yeah.
Charleston, you're right, though, is really easy to drive through. And Huntington, too.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy. And Morgantown. The
We
traffic stuff I was just making fun of. I was saying, because back then, when we had small town mind, we're like, these are big cities.
Yeah.
Nowadays, I'm not concerned with the traffic in any of them. But I still think for West Virginia, they're relatively big.
Yeah.
I would call them big. They're big. West Virginia, big city. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember I was scared to drive. The first time I came out here is whenever my brother got in that sled riding accident. He was on like a tube and he was flying down a hill and his tube, I guess, or his sled or whatever, hit the tree and his head went forward into the tree and he cracked his skull and he came out to Morgantown at Ruby and was here for a long time. And he had a severe amount of damage to his face, to his skull. He was leaking spinal fluid for a long time. But he is still alive. It's Jacob.
He's still alive.
Yeah, he's still alive.
It's the main thing.
Yeah. Really gave him some character.
Yeah. So that was your first experience.
Yeah, and we were talking on MySpace when that happened.
Were we?
That was really from one of the earliest.
Wow.
I think he was 11.
Wow.
And it happened. Yeah, so we weren't dating yet, but I'd be like, I have to go to Morgantown because my brother's in a freaking hospital out here because he's trying to die.
Okay, so I'd MySpace message you. And be
Yeah,
like,
and you'd be like, oh, okay, cool.
oh, that's a bummer.
Like I care.
Sorry.
No.
Sorry about your
You'd be
brother.
like, oh my gosh, this beautiful girl's messaging me. Oh my gosh. Were you?
Yeah, 100%.
That's how we like snuck. That's how we communicated.
Oh, we use MySpace to communicate sneakily.
Yeah, when we were sneaking back and forth to your house to my house, we would message each other on MySpace.
Yeah. I think we did some emails too.
We did emails?
Emailing back and forth.
I don't know
I
if
don't
that
know.
was me. I doubt you're emailing anybody else. You're lucky to have gotten me.
Yeah, it's true. I told somebody that this morning, actually.
What?
I was talking to somebody who married their high school sweetheart, and now that they've been married for many years, more than us even. And I was like, that's cool. You don't hear about that too often. And I was like, I married mine. And they're like, you did? And I was like, oh, yeah, I did. And I was just talking about how lucky I was because I said, that's so lucky because I was talking to somebody the other day that was remarried, just the dating scene, like what that's like in the 2020s.
Yeah.
I'm glad I didn't have to fool with any of
I
that.
know.
So, yeah, I truly believe I was lucky.
Yeah, same.
I found this beautiful girl back in high school, locked her down early.
Locked me down?
Locked her down early. Saved me a whole possible lifetime of
Loneliness.
Misery and pain and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
feel like I'm living a level on the spectrum in this conversation.
What's that mean?
Like, yeah.
Okay.
Like, you know what I'm talking about?
No.
I've been watching Level on the Spectrum.
Okay, I've never seen it.
It's really good.
Mm.
It's really cute and very sweet. Abby and David all the way. That's who I'm rooting for.
I've seen reels or shorts.
It's
or
probably Abby and David because
yeah,
they're really
it is.
popular.
I know the names. Okay, we got one question left.
Okay.
Are you ready for it?
Yeah.
You've got a West Virginia shaped tattoo, necklace, or bumper sticker, or you know someone who does.
I have jewelry.
Yeah, that's so broad. It covered so many things that's an easy yes.
Yeah.
They should have narrowed it down a little bit more. Let's do one at a time. Bumper sticker. We've had those.
We've had
the
them.
decals
The emblems,
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, easy.
Like
necklace,
the silver ones. Yeah.
jewelry. Yeah. Do you know anyone with a tattoo of the state? I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
Someone
definitely
does.
But who?
Someone has the mountaineer, and I can't remember.
I've definitely seen people with it. I've seen it, but I can't think offhand who it is.
I don't know. A lot of flags.
Yeah.
A lot of flag tattoos, but I don't know.
Yeah, that's easy.
I can't think of who exactly it is, but
All right.
I know.
Well, how did you do on those? How many of those out of the 20 do you say, yeah, that's me? If you scored 15 or higher,
Oh my gosh.
you were a real West Virginian.
Wow.
If you scored 10 to 15, you're getting there.
You're getting there.
But you have work to do.
Live here longer. If you got 10 or below, you need to go back to Maryland.
Okay. What if they're not from Maryland, though? Like, let's say they came from Florida and moved here. Did they have to go back to Maryland?
Yeah.
Even though they're not from there?
Because we want to take all the people who don't know anything about us and just put them in Maryland.
Just Maryland is the stockpile of West Virginia rejects.
Yeah. Just like heaven.
Hell.
I've compared Maryland to hell.
What's your beef with Maryland?
So many times.
You act like you have a personal beef with Maryland, do you?
I do, but I can't say it on camera. If you've watched this and you want to come up to me and say, Kelsey, why do you have a personal beef with Maryland? Then I'll tell you.
I don't even know, though. I'm trying to figure it out.
I'm not going to say it.
Well, what is your beef with Maryland? I don't know.
They're communists. We always have to hide our guns when we go.
What's wrong with you?
We carry guns.
Stop. Stop. That's enough. That's enough. Okay. We love Maryland. My company's headquarters. I have a Maryland tag on my work car.
I know. And my mom even saw it. She said, why the heck does Corey have Maryland tags on his work car?
Well, that's where my headquarters are at.
That's what I told her. And she said, oh, man, that sucks.
All right, it's Garrett County. I feel like Garrett County is practically
Garrett County
West
does
Virginia
not
anyway.
count. Because if you look at Garrett County, that does fit in with West Virginia.
I think there's West Virginia medicines there, too.
Yeah,
like,
there
those
are.
people, I feel like they want to be.
They want to be.
No, I mean that as a compliment. Like they want to be. They're
They
like, just go ahead and let us join West Virginia.
Yeah, because
And
if
I'd
you
take 'em.
think about
take 'em.
where like that is, like Deep Creek in that area, Oakland, and you look at like freaking Baltimore, that's
Well,
night
it's
and
like-
day.
It's like that block.
That's where
so it
we like those people.
Yeah, I
We
do.
like
and
the people there.
I would take them. The only thing is it would change our outline of our state,
We don't want that.
and then, but
What unique states are there? West Virginia, Florida, Texas,
that are like really
California.
noticeable.
Yeah,
Like when you see the
noticeable.
state, and you're like, that's what Maryland.
Yeah,
Maryland's one of 'em.
Louisiana.
Yeah, but when you get out west, there's like a bunch of like square ones, and it's like,
Like Montana.
like those don't make a good logo. Well, the West Virginia state outline's nice. It makes a nice
It
tattoo
is.
or necklace or bumper sticker or hat. This would work better if I actually had one today. I'd be like,
Yeah.
oh well.
You had to be special.
I had to do Cinco de Mayo. That's everything. That's everything.
Mhm.
But there's a bonus question, a user submitted question. This is not part of this isn't the 20 what ifs. This is just a question for
Okay.
us, okay? And it came from a hater. Some haters questioning my ability to pronounce a word.
What is it?
Well, you tell me because I can't pronounce it.
It looks like it says Monongahela.
And that hater would be you. You posted on there and said, challenge me to pronounce it.
Let's hear it.
So I've done a lot of practice and I'm going to go for it. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Monongahela.
I think that was right, actually.
I think that was pretty good. How do you think I normally
Snaps
say
for
it?
you. Monongalia. You don't put in
No,
the extra N.
That's the county.
Monongahela is the county. You say Mongalia County.
I don't think I do.
Yeah.
I don't think I do.
He's
But
forgetting those too.
all right, whatever you say. Yeah.
Whatever I say goes.
What you say goes. No, that's it. That's all we got.
Okay.
It's time to wrap up
Okay.
because you are getting delusional.
I am. I'm
Your eyes are all
tired.
watered. You look like you've been hitting the bottle or something.
I would never.
So I think it's time to
It's
call it.
time. It's time. I'm so
How did you guys
tired.
do? I want to know how you did. Put your score out of the 20 in the comments, and we'll see how you did. How did we do? We didn't even track them, but I think we were
think we
pretty
did
much
good.
yes on all of them.
I think
weren't
it
we?
was We Belong Here.
Oh, we definitely belong here.
Hmm. Yeah.
But we'll have to tally them up and see what we actually got. But how did you do? How West Virginia are you? Are you as West Virginia as us? Do you love West Virginia as much? I bet you do. And if you do, go find your friends who also love West Virginia like we do and tell them, hey,
Yeah.
go check out these guys because they also love West Virginia.
Hmm.
That's all I got.
Yeah. Like, share, subscribe,
And all the stuff.
and all the things, and leave comments.
Ooh,
We
and on
like.
Spotify you can leave reviews. So
Yeah, you can
5
leave
stars would be
reviews.
nice.
Yeah, a 5-star review would be really
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. But we want to hear from you. We like hearing from people. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.